2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they're in first place in the Western Conference. And given the season they were coming off last year, it's about where we expected them to be at this stage. And with all of Curry's talents, one of the great shooters of all time, maybe the greatest, Kenny, where does he stand among all-time great players, period?
Wow, all-time players. Now, that's a different...
All-time great players, period.
Well, he's starting to get in a discussion because of the multiple MVP things and the championships. Because the greatest players in the world, not only have they won awards, but they've won multiple championships. So he's moving into that category right now.
To add on to what Kenny is saying, it's about something you can hear and something you can wear.
What's that?
Rings, baby.
Ooh.
Rings.
You can hear them. 2
rings won't get it. 3, maybe. 4, 5, woo, 6,
Okay.
I just can't add anything to that.
Oh.
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Minnesota Timberwolves. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. First game back in Golden State for the Warriors. They're ready to play. They're faced now with what is probably the easiest part of their schedule. They've got a lot of home games on the docket, but they can't take anything, guys, for granted.
And coming off their championship last season, that success, I believe, carried right over into this one. They've played at a high level all year long and stand poised to make another run at the title.
Not sure if it's cockiness. It feels just like extreme confidence as they enter every game with a bullseye on their back.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, we know how dominant the Warriors are, but we also know that turnovers remain their Achilles heel. Now, Steve Kerr says sometimes the game comes too easy for our guys. They think they can do anything. We just have to keep it simple. The simple leads to the spectacular. And as the simple reporter, I send it back to the spectacular Kevin Harlan.
D.A., thank you. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. Brent, 2 stingy defenses tonight. Hard to see how either team is going to put up a lot of points.
These are the kind of games, Kevin, where sometimes you have an offensive breakout from a player that you and I, in doing the elaborate research we do,
yes,
all of a sudden comes up with a 19-point performance where we say out of nowhere, maybe because that defensive team wasn't prepared for that guy stepping up in a big way.
Exactly. So the Timberwolves win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. Robert Covington out there with Dario Saric. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. Saric outside. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Teague kicks to Saric. Wiggins inside the line. Good D by Thompson. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Pass to Durant. He dishes it to Green. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Draymond Green, the 35th pick. Wow, imagine that, back in 2012. And overlooked as maybe not having a position, maybe being too small. I don't think his coach at Michigan State would have said any of those things about the versatility and the blueprint that was ideal for the Golden State Warriors to put him into this lineup with these great shooters.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw drops for Green. And we'd seen the rise of the spread four, but Green is something altogether different.
Yeah, he's not a catch-and-shoot four-man. He's more of a skilled four-man, rebounding the ball, pushing it up on the break. Steve Kerr likes to use him in the offense as the conduit at the top of the key. He can attack a closeout, get into the rim, can throw lobs to guys on the inside. Just the things that he does can punish a defense with how versatile he is.
Outside Teague. Wiggins outside. Lets it go from deep. No good on the shot. The Warriors go the other way with it. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
And let's see if they bring that same attacking mindset with them into this game. They should. It worked like a charm last time, getting so many guys in foul trouble.
Thompson inside the line. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And the floor vision from Curry right there, setting up his teammates, sharing the ball.
Here's Sharich, and slam dunk by Sharich.
And maybe that'll get them going. They need to find a rhythm.
Well, it took a while for them to earn their first 2 points, but in the NBA, things can happen quickly.
Now here's Durant. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game.
The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Baseline J on the way. Here's Towns. Durant with some nice D.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Over T, it's Curry. That time on the assist from Green. Curry's got his first bucket in this one.
A catch and shoot opportunity for Steph. It's just effortless.
Sharich attacking. He feeds it to Towns, and he gets the bucket.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now here's Thompson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game. Cousins finds Durant. Shoots over Covington. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
And Kevin Durant, the ultimate get-out-of-jail card for your offense. With his height and shooting touch, get him the ball with the clock running down, and he can make something out of nothing.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Durant. You know, Greg, Kevin Durant could fit in any offense, but in your eyes, how good of a fit has he been in this Warriors attack?
Really like the missing puzzle piece. You know, I mean, his shot comes so much easier with the spacing he's afforded. At the same time, he's the fail-safe. When things break down, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Green against Sharich. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Green. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. Averaging about 11 points, 2.5 steals, and 6 assists. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Pass to Covington. Kicks to T. Five to shoot. Lets it fly from 18. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Durant, good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 8 points for Kevin Durant.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Minnesota with the ball, trailing here by 8. Now here's Teague. Really had troubles in the loss to Portland. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Curry passes to Cousins. Covington with the steal. Inside, shoots over Curry. Here's Towns. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Durant's got the ball. Covington with the steal. It's stolen by Curry. Durant in the corner, and that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Some changes for Golden State. Jerebko's checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Steph Curry. Minnesota also with the sub. Rose, he's checked in for Teague. Cook kicks to Iguodala. Launches it. Rebound by Jang. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for DeMarcus Cousins. 6th in rebounding. And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Now here's Rose. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Dang comes in for Robert Covington. And Jones subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. Here's Jang. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Now the pass to Jones. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Back to Towns. And he converts the layup. Towns has got 6.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Cook kicks to Durant. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 10.
Such a great threat in the post, especially on smaller defenders. He can just see the rim from anywhere. The Warriors returning to San Francisco next season after 48 years in Oakland. That new arena in Mission Bay getting finished up, polished up, fresh paint. It's looking good there. Hopefully it'll be just as rocking as Oracle Arena has been for this many years.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. You know, Brent, some wondered whether they'd change their name to the San Francisco Warriors, like before. They're going to stick with Golden State.
Yeah, too much history, I think, in Oakland. They don't want to do anything to disturb the fan base. This is the Bay Area's team, and you mentioned it. It does have a history, Kevin, starting off back in San Francisco in the 60s, and they've become a powerhouse. It seems even more fitting to claim the entire state, the Golden State Warriors.
4 on the clock. Dang kicks to Gibson. Another miss by Minnesota. Warriors leading by 6. Iguodala dishes to Jerebko. Got that bucket in no time at all. Jerebko's got his first basket. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside Dang. Double team on Dang. Pass to Jang. Jones for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Jones has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Durant. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
I mean, what a talent this guy is. Durant has the ability to score from anywhere and now picking his spots.
Gibson finds Rose. from outside the arc, and another three for Minnesota.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Dang against Durant. Pass to Cook. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Minnesota. 4-point game. Here's Cook. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Iguodala with the steal. Outside Durant. To the paint. Here's Jerebko. Rebound Minnesota. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played. But they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
Yeah, both teams gave a very strong performance. I think that was a prime example of the home court advantage being just that, an advantage.
And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 6. And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That's his third foul of the game. Rose in the post.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Here's Iguodala. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Warriors lead by 8.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Rose kicks to Dang. Tries again. Bell with the block.
The timing by the athletic big man. Bell outstanding at getting up quickly for the rejection.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the night. The first free throw is good. And Greg, what's not to like about Taj Gibson?
I mean, he's a hard worker defensively, finishes well inside, he's got the mid-range shooting touch. But what I like most, really, his unselfishness. He started, came off the bench, no complaints. This is a guy that just wants to win.
Brent, as we take a look at lineups around the NBA, teams trying to go with 5 highly skilled players at once. Where does that leave the traditional big?
Well, most teams just don't have one now, Kevin. I mean, they're just not on the roster.
They're hard to find, yeah.
Well, they're hard to find, but there just aren't many out there. So a lot of teams just elect not to have one. And what we're seeing over the course of the last couple years is the matchups when all of a sudden a Whiteside is going to see a Drummond, or you're going to see all of a sudden Valanciunas play against DeAndre Jordan. It's usually because you have one, we'll play ours kind of mentality.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Timberwolves trail by 7. And the Timberwolves call time.
I think, Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. The Warriors, 4th.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
It's Jones on the wing. He's covered by Livingston. To the inside. Gibson with the steal. On the wing, Dang. Doesn't go for him. The Warriors go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
And this is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort. Just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
4 on the shot clock. Yarebko can't get it to go. And so it's Dang bringing it up for the Timberwolves. 7-point differential. The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the first one drops. Saric is checked in for Luol Deng. And so Jones nails both of them.
We talk so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Here is Cook, defended by Jones. Livingston kicks to Bell. Inside. Here's Iguodala. It's deflected. Saric outside. Pass to Jang. Shoots from 12. Another shot. Gibson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, I'm sure the scouting report had something like put a body on Taj Gibson. That time the defense did not.
Here is Cook, defended by Jones. Knocked away. Here's Livingston. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Livingston's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Rose surveying the D. He kicks it to Saric. No good on the shot. Excellent D here by Iguodala. Warriors leading by 6. Throws it up high. Here's Jones. He has 5. And 1:01 left in the first. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And let's see some of the numbers on Taj Gibson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 9 points a night, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
The first one falls. Different look here for the Warriors. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Yarebko. Draymond Green comes in for Bell. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Cook. Minnesota also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Gorgui Dieng. And Andrew Wiggins has subbed in for Rose. And so Jones nails both of them. Warriors leading by 4. Curry looking it over. Outside, Green. Dishes it to Thompson. Here's Livingston. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Saric. And it's Teagan for Tyus Jones. Here's Cousins. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Teague. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Feeds it to Wiggins. Got it. Good job in the low post.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Curry against Teague. Curry kicks to Livingston. Golden State moving it around. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and about the Warriors roster, the envy of every team in the league.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
You know, Greg, KD has a lot of help with his team.
And that's why he signed with the Warriors. But even with all their talent, you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it. It's a nice lead that they have.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Covington in at the 3. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Bounce pass Livingston. Towns with the steal. To the middle. Here's Teague, and Thompson sends it back.
Now, Clay is a very good positional and on-ball defender, but him getting to a block shot like that, that's impressive.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And Sean Livingston, one of the most unique players in the league, Greg.
6'7" point guard who excels hitting turnaround jumpers in the post. A bouncy finisher around the rim, a versatile defender, and really a cagey playmaker. No one else like him in our league.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath. In a moment here to look at the numbers for Stephen Curry. 7th in steals, 8th in assists, and his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Now here's Curry. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Puts it up off the inbound. That one goes. Count it.
Now, Draymond Green patient enough to know when his teammates are running around, at some point one's going to break open, then he finds him.
Outside Teague. Right side Towns. Back to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. Over Livingston. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Klay Thompson came into this NBA with a well-earned reputation as a shooter, Brent, but did you ever think he'd become such a potent defender?
Well, I think it's something that he's worked very hard on, and his ability to cross-match. In the early part of his career, you know, Klay Thompson had to take the better scoring of the guards on those nights. It's shifted back, and Klay Thompson is a more well-rounded understanding not only of what he can do defensively, but more of what the opponents that he faces on a nightly basis are trying to do against him.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Now you think about some of the great streak shooters in the history of the game. You know, Klay Thompson put up 37 points in one quarter. Let's go streaking.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Curry passes to Green. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Green. It's Curry outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Minnesota making a switch here. Deng's checked in. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Covington kicks to Teague. Towns wide open off the left rim and out.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see him. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily he bricked the mid-range.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Poked loose. Curry with the steal. Takes a 3. Rebound Minnesota. Towns has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Teague finds Deng. Green with the block.
Wow, gritty defense from Draymond, showing how tough it is, and great timing on the rejection.
Thompson from long range. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's 10 points for Klay Thompson.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Teague the pass to Towns. Wiggins outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Towns. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
And the dunk by Towns.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Timberwolves trail by 10. And the Timberwolves call time here.
And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it-type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot.
Jordan Bell's checked in for Draymond Green. Gorgie Deng's checked in for Minnesota. Rose comes in for Teague. And stolen by Cousins. Thompson passes to Bell. On its way from Curry for 2. It's good on the putback. Cousins has got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Rose kicks to Zhang. Back to Rose. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Right side Towns. Here's the 3. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Knocks down the 3 ball. Towns has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Curry, good.
Well, any shot seems to be a high percentage shot for one Steph Curry, especially from that area on the floor.
Ball's knocked loose. Curry against Rose. Inside, Wiggins. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 6 points for Andrew Wiggins.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Outside Durant. Over in the corner, Cousins. And the 3 off target. Timberwolves trail by 9. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Thompson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Klay Thompson is tall for a guard, so you want to utilize any advantage you have. That time height came into play.
Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Thompson. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but, you know, he's not an attention seeker, and that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a winner.
Saric has checked in for the Timberwolves. Tyus Jones comes in for Wiggins. And so Thompson nails both of them.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Thompson against Jones. Stolen by Durant. Here's Cousins. There's the feed to Thompson. And that one drops. Thompson's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. And Jones has it in the corner.
The instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal. He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
And the foul on Jordan Bell. That is his first foul of the game. Saric up top, defended by Durant. And the pass to Chang. Rose against Curry. That one good for 2. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to utilize Rose at the point guard position. Run him off screens all night long.
Curry dishes to Thompson. He feeds it to Bell. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Rose finds Jang. Passes it to Jones. Five to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And Towns gets it to go.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Timeout called the Warriors. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second
They're wrong.
The second
They
thing that
are
we
wrong.
get, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles. And having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end. And 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Here's Jones. The Warriors making the shot. Outside Rose. Over to the left wing. Here's Jang. Kicks it out to Jones. Sharch in the corner. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. Durant attacking, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brent, has there ever been a player who scores more easily with less effort than Kevin Durant?
Well, I know this, Kevin, that Kevin puts in a ton of work to make it look as easily as it does. There's just nobody that can match up with KD. And when he's playing like this, he gets out into the mid-range and starts to hit a few shots. Watching him be on fire for a night is a treat.
And he makes the first.
Kind of tough to be a big wing in the LeBron James era. You're constantly compared to what it is he does, but Durant has risen to that challenge and uniquely qualified to be an elite player.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Durant hits them both.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 14. Pass to Jones. Three-pointer. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Warriors leading by 14. Bell passes to Iguodala. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Now here's Jones. He's got 7. Kicks to Rose. They get the rebound. Jang, no luck.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
One of the best NBA athletes of his era, Andre Iguodala, and still you could make the case, Brent, it's his intelligence that's his strongest attribute.
And most of the time, the comments from Steve Kerr or Ron Adams, the defensive guru on the coaching staff, talk about how Andre Iguodala is a coach on the floor. So he's been a great mentor for Klay Thompson and some of the younger players who are coming up and coming along with the Warriors, to talk to them about how he thinks, what he sees, and what he does. Big reason why the Warriors have won multiple titles.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Timberwolves. Teague comes in for Tyus Jones. He hits the second from the line. And you look at Andre Iguodala, the first ever player to win a Finals MVP without starting a single game in the regular season.
That tells you something about his unselfishness and, at the same time, his under-the-radar impact on winning. His willingness to accept that 6-man role right from the beginning, I really feel helped set the tone in that Warriors locker room.
Now here's Teague. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
There's the 3. Nailed from three-point land. And the Warriors lead by 20.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
Minnesota shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Can they get it? And there's Sharch on the assist from Covington. Sharch has got 5.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
Cook. And another 3 for Golden State.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Now here's Gibson. He has 6. Back to Teague. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Minnesota, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6. Free throw good, Teague.
And Teague can be a knockdown shooter, especially from the free throw line.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws. Warriors leading by 18. Here is Cook. 5 points in the game. Pass to Green. Just 3 on the clock. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
How about Draymond rising up into the contact? He's a good offensive player who finds his way this time to get to the free throw line.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And he knocks down the first one.
And the fire that Draymond Green plays with, I think, is the most admirable quality. Knows how to get himself and his teammates going throughout the course of a long, grinding 82-game season.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And no good that time. And so it's the Golden State Warriors taking a 19-point lead into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points, 4 assists, and 1 block. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, KD owned the first half, but we suspected that might happen. He's had everything he's needed to be great for a long time. But that first championship, it just gave him more confidence to the best player possibly on the planet.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
An amazing view of the new eastern span of the beautiful Bay Bridge, which opened in 2013. Welcome back to Oakland, everyone. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
Warriors leading by 19. Durant and Green are the forwards. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. And it's Cousins in at the 5. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
Teague feeling it out a bit. Out to the wing. Here's Towns. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Towns has got 20 points.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
The Warriors' Steve Kerr, the fastest coach in major American sports history to 250 wins. Brent, he gave all the credit to his players. But you talk about what makes him special.
Well, I think Steve just really timed it right in terms of when it was he was going to approach the next phase of his life, waiting for his children to be in a good place, waiting for him mentally to be in a spot where he was going to take over a talented team and put his imprint on it. His experience in Phoenix in the front office, teaching him about what it takes to move players around and make trades. Just a proper approach and the proper timing for Steve to take over a basketball club, and then to bring all of what he learned from Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson to the table, along with a lot of his own. And I think Steve thought long and hard and prepared himself on a lot of levels about what the job was going to be for him. We've seen that play out rather nicely in the last few years.
And you look at Jeff Teague, now with a decade in the league out of Wake Forest. Greg, what does he bring to the table aside from the fact that he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive slasher and really has grown as a playmaker. Not a star, but a quality starting point guard.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Wiggins against Thompson. Outside Curry. Fires the three. Cans it from downtown. Curry's got 9.
Oh, Steph Curry at his best right there.
T kicks to Covington. The pass to Wiggins. Charge outside. 6 to shoot. Teague against Curry. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And while we have a moment, let's find out which point guards have had the best month from the charity stripe. Second is Jeff Teague.
Well, he's the guy you want on the free throw line when it matters. I mean, he's a leader and as consistent as they get.
Warriors leading by 20. Outside Curry. At the elbow, it's Cousins. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
Now T. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Sharch finds Wiggins. Good D by Thompson.
And those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
That's tipped. Covington with the steal. They're running. Floats one. Offensive rebound. T. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And here we can check out the story from Dario Saric. His last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Free throw good. Teague. Luol Deng is checked in for the Timberwolves. And so Teague gets 2 free throws. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Curry passes to Cousins. Golden State moving the ball around. Durant, that's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And Draymond Green, an extremely vocal leader. He's in his teammates' ears, always trying to keep them on edge, also in his opponent's ears as well. And then there's the officials. He tends to like to get in their ears as well.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Curry against Teague. Outside, Towns. Shoots from the elbow, and it's off the back rim, no good. And Draymond Green, Greg, has been among the league leader in technicals. If you're one of his teammates or his coach, do you try to get him to dial it back?
You know, his greatest strength can probably also be his greatest weakness. That fire and motivation, really second to none, but I'd be careful not to hamper that enthusiasm.
It's stolen by Dang. There's Covington. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist from Covington. Covington's got 3 assists now in this one. And so here is Golden State. Curry kicks to Cousins. And the rejection by Towns. Outside Dang. And here is Teague. He's got 6. There's the dish to Wiggins. Clock at 4. It's stolen by Green. Thompson finds Curry over Teague. Curry, good. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, some situational awareness there from Klay Thompson. He understands the offense. He understands where the cutters are, and he finds one.
Passes to Towns. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 6 assists in the game.
I can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
Now here's Curry. 11 points in the game. Cousins with it. Back to Curry. It's deflected. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Wiggins with the ball. Covington wide open. He fires. Nails the wide open jump shot. Covington's got 5.
They wouldn't want all of their guys shooting a 3 on the break, but when it's him, he's got the green light.
Curry passes to Cousins. Back to Curry. Takes the 13-footer, and it falls over the rim and in. 13 points in the game.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Teague against Curry. Teague hits to Wiggins. Here's Towns. Nice D from Cousins. And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. They lead by 17. Shots good by Durant.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
Wiggins with it. Picked up by Thompson. Back to Towns. And he banks in the layup. Towns has got 24.
Tough to fault him for the struggles of the team so far. He has been solid. It's the rest of the guys that need to come along for the ride.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Jerebko's checked in for Green. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. And that one's good. Cousins.
Well, there's a lot of moves that Cousins can go with on the inside. If he doesn't back you down, he's got a fadeaway and a step back. It's tough to guard on the interior.
And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold. But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Curry kicks to Jerebko. To the inside. And there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Livingston. Cousins has got 6 in the quarter.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
Timberwolves trail by 21. And there's the call on Curry. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but he has to be better in avoiding contact on that play. That's his 5th foul, and one more, it'll be hitting the showers.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Minnesota. Outside Rose. Back to Towns. Shoots over Cousins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. They need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
Iguodala no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Rose. Gets himself open and drills it. Rose has got 7 points in the game.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Curry with the bounce pass. Stolen by Rose. And the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game. Saric has checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Timberwolves trail by 19. Right wing. Saric inside. He's covered by Iguodala. Saric, that's good.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Curry against Rose. Curry dishes to Cousins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Rose kicks to Zhang. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Timeout called the Warriors.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Cook is checked in for Golden State. Warriors leading by 17. Livingston passes to Urepko. Back to Livingston. Feeds to Cousins. Over Zhang, and Cousins gets it to go. Cousins has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Gibson down low. He's against Urepko. No good from Gibson.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And Cousins gets it to go.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Rose finds Zhang. And finished off by Zhang.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Over in the corner, Livingston. Pass to Cousins. In the corner, Iguodala with it. His 3-pointers off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 20. Over to the left wing. Saric has the open look. Off target with his 3.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Cook kicks to Iguodala. Here's the teardrop. Some solid defense from Saric.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
Good. 8 points for Taj Gibson.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Pass to Cook. Cousins with it. Back to Cook. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got 3 assists now in this one.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Cousins.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
Good work there as it goes.
Iguodala is so skilled down low, playing his cards right that time and laying them on the table.
Rose passes to Jang. Rose kicks to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Over Livingston. Here's Jang, and the rejection by Iguodala.
Iguodala demonstrating his defensive prowess yet again. Superb reach on that block.
And it's Cook missing. Oh, and here comes Rose all alone.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Warriors lead by 20. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Taj Gibson, Teague out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Saric, and it's Jang in at the center position. Golden State on D. And Saric kicks to Teague. There's the pass to Gibson. Over Green.
A nice effort from Draymond. Great position there to contest.
No good from Gibson. Thompson right side. Over Rose. Here's Durant. In the corner, Cook with it. It's stolen by Saric. Thompson against Teague. A floater, and it's good on the way in. Teague's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Timberwolves. Durant finds Green. At the elbow, it's Cousins. Thompson for the triple. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got his 5th assist in this one. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Rose. Green with the block. On the wing, Thompson. Covered by Saric. Gibson with the steal. Here's Rose. Finished off the break.
And Derrick Rose so quick out of the gates. When he sees open floor ahead, he's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
Now here's Durant. Over Saric. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Stolen by Durant. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. With the teardrop, Rose. That's good.
And that floater is something Rose has been comfortable with since he came into the league. It's only gotten better with time.
Now here's Durant. Green left side. He dishes it to Thompson. Stolen by Rose. Over to the wing. Teague the pass to Gibson. That one's not going to go. Great tee that time from Green. Durant kicks to Cousins. Here's Thompson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, tough to knock Klay Thompson with that wide base off balance. Even when he gets hit, he maintained control on that play.
You know, as dominant as DeMarcus Cousins is, he has a tendency to get in his own way and take himself out of games.
Well, we talk so often about other players in the league taking the offseason to improve some of their weaknesses within their game. I feel like DeMarcus Cousins in the last 3 years has matured immensely and has been much more in control of his emotions and his approach and maybe finding a new home. There have been some strides in DeMarcus Cousins and his demeanor that I think he should be very proud of.
That free throw good from Thompson. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Well, Steph Curry's quick release makes his three-point shot almost impossible, and then you add the fact that Steph can do it off the dribble. So anytime he gets somebody shifting their back foot and they're trying to recover, by the time they're halfway there, the ball's already off and on its way. So one of the quickest, one of the more devastating shots in all of basketball.
And the first one at the line is good. And Curry said in his training he speeds up his release to the point where it's uncomfortable. So in the game, for him, everything slows down.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, Kevin, his closely guarded three-pointers are just as accurate as when he's got a wide open three-pointer. No defender within 4 to 6 feet. He's knocking down the same kind of percentage. So the fact that Steph has the ability and knows to practice those sort of things speaks to just how much he's invested in the shooting craft.
Now here's Rose. Back to Dang. And Teague has it in the corner. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Warriors leading by 22. Curry kicks to Durant. Back to Curry. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Cousins. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 23 points here for Cousins. Teague against Curry. Teague finds Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
And so here is Golden State after the basket by Minnesota. Just 5 on the clock. Durant for 3. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Teague against Curry. Outside Teague. Over Green. A nice shot by Teague. Warriors leading by 23. Thompson outside. He kicks it to Curry. Back to Thompson. Fires the 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Not often you see him take that shot.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Now here's Green. Lobbed up there for Durant. Towns with the steal. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. Teague with a clean look. Off target from outside.
Yeah, I'm scratching my head on that one. This is not his shot, and he of all people should know that. Hopefully he will try to work his way closer to the basket next time the ball comes his way.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Here's Teague after the made shot from Klay Thompson. And that one's good. Towns.
And while Teague certainly looks for his shot often out there, he also possesses strong handles and a good passing ability.
Curry passes it to Green. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys, but yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
2 shots.
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. Some changes for Golden State. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Jordan Bell. And it's Iguodala in for Looney. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Curry against Teague. Kicks it to Towns. Over Cousins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up on Wednesday. They'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Friday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
To the middle, and stolen by Cousins. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Cousins has got assist number 7 for him tonight. The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. Tipped away. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Now the Warriors moving it up. Back to Curry. Jeff Teague with the rebound. Timberwolves shooting has been just great in the 4th quarter, 54%. And Cousins kicks to Curry. To the paint. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Using his height perfectly on the inside. Iguodala making the D get physical with his play.
We love the sneakers these players wear. Now so many different styles. A lot of different signature shoes out there.
I'm not really a sneakerhead myself, Kevin. I didn't really fall down that rabbit hole, but I know some guys in the league, and we've seen photos of their closets at home filled with
hundreds.
Not hundreds. I've seen guys pushing thousands of pairs of shoes. Now that is dedication.
Worth a lot of money.
No doubt about it. And some of the guys, Kevin, don those specialty sneakers in big-time games. And the one guy that comes to mind for me is P.J. Tucker. Lots of play from P.J. Tucker about some of the things that he strapped on last year during the finals.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Jordan Bell comes in for Green. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Covington. Now the feed to Wiggins. And he comes up with the deuce.
A huge mistake, letting him establish that kind of position down low.
Defense 101. Don't let him get that deep, and this speaks to the lack of effort right there. No better way to frustrate your coach.
Here is Bell. Over in the corner, Livingston. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. That's 10 points for Andre Iguodala.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Here's Curry following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Over Jones, and it's Golden State with another.
You got to guard the long-range ball, but Steph's so good at pulling up. Great footwork and foundation. A good job on the pull-up J.
Now here's Jones. It's stolen by Livingston. Curry against Jones. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 20 points. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Jones kicks to Dang. It's Covington on the wing. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. We hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they're putting in their bodies.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
Passes it to Towns. Shoots over Cousins, and again it's Minnesota. Now Curry. Pass to Livingston. Back to Curry. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Pass to Wiggins. There's 1:40 left in the game. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Curry against Jones. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. Floats it up for Cousins. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Cousins.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Livingston finds Cousins. Covington with the steal. Iguodala with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. There's the pass to Bell. Dishes it to Livingston. Golden State moving the ball around. Passes it to Bell. 6 on the shot clock. Cousins, no one around him, will not go. This is off the front iron. Jones looking for an opening. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, DeMarcus. Congrats on the win. We know how tense you are on the floor, but it looked like tonight maybe you're having a little fun out there.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to come out here and have fun.
I got a lot going for myself, and I'm too blessed to be out here frowning all the time. So I'm going to try to keep a smile on my face.
Well, it's a good look for you, man. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.